In the last 10 minutes, an AI just took these original recordings from a podcast conversation and gave me a fully edited podcast episode, title, description, and all the written stuff I need to post it online, and short clips of the best moments from the podcast. Crazy because it used to take me 8 hours each time I needed to create these 3 essential things. So I'm going to show you how to quickly get those 3 things yourself for your next podcast. We'll start with how to quickly get your fully edited episode by using automatic editing AIs. This is the platform you need to use. It's called Descript, and it contains all of the AI tools that you need to use. You'll see the 2 separate podcast recordings have been placed next to each other here. So that's me and Mike. And the first amazing thing we can do is press this automatic multicam button, which instantly makes an edit for us where only the current speaker is being shown full screen at any time. Previously, taking separate footage and putting it together in this way used to take hours. So this is mind-blowing that we can do it in a click of a button now. Next up, my audio wasn't great in this original recording. Let's have a listen. You filmed your content and you sit down. Mike, the host, had this really nice microphone that left him sounding great. Listen to this.
Pretty much no AI in the editing process.
My mic was just a bit more echoey. Have a listen. Footage in Adobe Premiere. But to fix this, I can just open up Underlord here, click Studio Sound, and in one click, it's changed my audio to this. You filmed your content, and you sit down. Let's turn that off and listen to what it sounded like before again. So this is it off. You filmed your content, and you sit down. And this is it turned on. You filmed your content, and you sit down. That's nuts. The fact that you can save bad audio in one button click like that, that's just crazy. Right, next I need to show you this edit for clarity feature here. This is the real crazy feature. And by the way, there's a link to Descript in the description to this video if you want to try these tools out yourself. So let's click edit for clarity. And this is crazy. In one click, it's made a ton of useful edits. So it's taken out filler words like this. When I say like unnecessarily, or when I say up here, it's struck it out. When I've repeated myself, so I said it used to take me, I said that twice there. It's taken out one of those times. And even stuff that was said that was irrelevant, like here where I told Mike, the interviewer, that I'd be keen to hear his thoughts before giving my thoughts. Descript has realized that this wasn't useful and it's taken out intelligently in an edit. Absolutely crazy. So let's apply those changes. And finally, one last change we'll make is taking out any unnecessary silences and pauses from the recording. We can do that over here by clicking shorten word gaps. I'm going to tell the AI to find any silences over 1 second long. You'll see it's found 43 here. We'll just press shorten all, and the AI has taken out those 43 pauses. And look at that, a full podcast edit in, 3-4 minutes, doing things that used to take me 4 or 5 hours manually. This is mind-blowing in the amount of time we can save. But now that we have our edit, we need things like a title, a description for when we upload these to YouTube and Spotify to actually get views of our episodes, and the AI can do that too. So check this out. I've just pressed one button and the AI has written out a full description for this podcast episode by summarizing everything that was said in the recordings, and then it's even written out timestamps for different chapters that have occurred throughout the episode. This is particularly crazy because I used to have to watch through the finished edit to get these timestamps out manually before, and it's done it in a single button click just by pressing this YouTube description button down here. I can even have Descript to write me out a LinkedIn social media post to describe what this podcast episode was about for when I upload it to there. You just got to press this button, draft a social post. So this footage is actually from this podcast episode here that I was a guest on a few weeks ago from the Creator Magic podcast. And you can see that Mike chose to call this AI Tools for Automating Video Editing, Greg Priest. So great title originally, but let's see what the Descript AI will call this when we click this button. So look at that. In one click, we've got 10 instant title ideas for what we can call this podcast. Boost your video production with AI, tips from Greg Priest. Transform your video editing workflow with AI, expert advice from Greg Priest. So if we're not as good as Mike at coming up with podcast titles, this AI does it instantly for us. And that's going to get us more views and more listens for our podcast. So this stuff is really great. But if we're just using a good title and description, we're not doing all we can to get attention to our podcast episodes. The best podcasters out there like Joe Rogan and Logan Paul know that they need clips of the best moments of their podcast episode to put out there and bring attention to the original podcast. And this AI can make those clips for us in a single click too. So let me show you how to do that. So look at this. The AI has created 10 of these vertical clips, fully subtitled in those last 4 minutes that I can share all over the internet to bring attention to the original podcast recording. Let's look at how to do that now. So from the original podcast edit, we're just going to click Underlord up here on the top right, scroll down, and you'll see this Create Clips button here. We just type in the amount of clips we want up here, tell the AI how long we want our clips to be roughly. So we'll go for 60 seconds. Choose a template. Here's the one I chose, but you can choose a ton of other ones and press submit here. And there's one more thing you can do to get even more views while we have like a minute left. We can head down here. We can hit translate, choose a language we want our clip translated to. So here's German, press submit. And you'll see here instantly the captions that were on that original clip have now been fully translated to that second language. So say I've set up a second YouTube channel for German viewers. When I hit publish, I can switch over to German and export my German clips to go to my German channel to get views for the German subtitled podcast. So even more viewers in just a single click. Right, you've just seen why Descript's automatic podcast editing AIs blew my mind. I have all of these tools in a single space, and the amount of time it saves every time we need to put those 3 important things together for every new podcast episode, those benefits blow my mind. So much so that I'm tempted to start my podcast back up again. If you want to use the AI tools from Descript that you've seen in this video, like I said, there's a link to try out Descript in the description below. You can even start using Descript for free, so check that out. Descript's got even more awesome editing AI that I couldn't fit in this video that I talked about here. So give this video a watch if you want to learn about Descript in even more detail, to learn how to get the most from it. And just remember to subscribe to this channel for more tips like this on how to become consistent with content creation by using AI tools. Thanks for watching. Peace out.